How you doing? How many points you need for the banquet rank rewards? So I wanted to make this video as soon as possible, at the same time as safe as possible. So I really want you guys to listen carefully because uh, there's a good chance I just lost half of the audience, and if they went by what you see here when it comes to the predictions, they just missed out on the top 25%, the top 10%, and the top 5%. Okay, because these are my prediction from last year. So I suggest that you listen to the video carefully or don't watch the video at all. Okay, so it is going to be a long video. I'm just letting you know. Uh, if you're saying I'm rambling and stuff like that to make money from YouTube, I don't make money from YouTube making this video. Okay, I'm not rich the man. Okay, so I saw his video when it comes to his banquet predictions. Um, it was pretty bad. That's why I wanted to make this video as soon as possible because it was when his prediction was bad. If you're thinking about the glass is half is full, I think his prediction this year was much better compared to last year. Last year, his prediction was so bad. Okay, none of his prediction was even remotely close. I think I think what do they call this? He banned me for criticizing him how terrible his prediction was. Okay, so if you say, oh man, you're rambling too much, I don't care. Not so much I don't care what you think, but I mean I don't mind you saying that. You know, you can comment in the video like, oh, you're rambling too much. That's fine. I'm not gonna ban you. Okay. So I wanted to make this as soon as possible because there are people thinking about selling their house to get a 7-star rank 6 Punisher. If you haven't sold your house already, this is just giving you guys my opinion. Okay, or even if just trying to get a 7-star rank 5. Okay, if you're thinking about getting a 7-star rank 5 to take Mr. Sinister to rank 5, I got some bad news for you. Okay, because of Ascension does. Okay, when it comes to Ascension does, if, and this is if, they fix Mr. Sinister science regen, they would not have Ascension dust for him until 2050. Okay, I'm just letting you know that. No, now. Even if they don't fix his science regen, they won't have Ascension dust for him until 2027. Okay, so keep that in mind. And even if they do have Ascension dust for him, someone like Dracula will always have a higher level, like one Ascension level higher than Mr. Sinister. Okay, did I say one? I meant 10. I meant 10 levels higher when it comes to Dracula Ascension compared to Mr. Sinister. Okay. Okay, same thing with Scorpion. If you're thinking about getting Scorpion, or if you already have Scorpion, you want to take him to rank 5, 7-star, and you're thinking about uh, whether you should sell your car or borrow a personal loan, uh, I got some bad news for you. You know, someone like X23 will always have a higher Ascension level than Scorpion. And it is sucks. Perhaps I'll talk about it in a different video, but they found a way to nerf champions. Like, nerf Hercules, Scorpion, Mr. Sinister, they're never going to be as good as they were in the past because of Ascension Dust. They're always going to be one level lower than mid champions like X23 and Dracula is not even a mid champion. He's like a terrible champion. So yeah, so they instead of make buffing Dracula, they're just going to increase his Ascension Dust by 10 levels. Okay? It's like if you have Groot as a 10-star, he's going to look good compared to 7-star rank 6, you know. So that's unfortunate. It is what it is. Yeah, so last thing, yeah. So basically, like you're gonna be like fighting like mid champions, like ace. Basically, Ascension Dust are like 8 stars, right? So you're gonna be fighting like mid champions that are 8 stars, and your OP champions will be 7 stars, which is unfortunate. Different video, perhaps. Let's move on. So, like I mentioned, I want you guys to listen carefully because if you didn't, you just missed out on the top 25%, top 10%, and top 5% because these are my prediction from last year. So, I'm going to decide guys different prediction. Instead of giving you guys accurate prediction, I'm going to give you guys safe predictions, okay? And I know some people are in the comment section be like, wait, that's way too high for a prediction. I'm just gonna say you didn't listen to the video. Okay, that's all I'm gonna comment below. So let's talk about Rich Demand video. I just want to say, if you want to think about the glass is half is full, it's actually not bad. His predictions are, uh, half of them are pretty accurate. So let's talk about the alliance. First, 80,000, top 75%. I think that's fine. I would probably prefer like maybe 90,000 to be more accurate, but I think it's fine. Top 50%, 250,000. I think that's fine too. 480,000, uh, top 25%. I think it's fine. Top 10%, 550,000. That's a little bit low, I think. I wouldn't give that score. I don't think that's accurate, and I think it's a little low, and especially at the top 5%. I think it's definitely, uh, just to put in perspective, we finished in the top 50%, with half of that score. Okay, half of the score, top 50%. This is top 5%. Okay, we probably just missed the top 25%, but yeah, I don't think 680,000 is not gonna be. It's good enough to be in the top 5%. So I think top 25% and below was pretty accurate. I think, uh, I would say. So when it comes to solar prediction, uh, half of them was, I think, pretty accurate. Maybe half. I don't know. So when it comes to the 26 to 55%, I have no idea why he put it that. I don't know. Maybe just give him the benefit of doubt. He said 26 to 50%, but I think that's accurate. 7,500. By the way, if you're looking at the mean from last year, 2024 banquet event, it was 8,000 around there. Okay, and you would expect the mean is obvious already, that the mean is higher than the median. I mean, obviously, it's just common sense. If you buy houses, the mean is usually obviously higher than the median. Okay, and I'm willing to bet this year's mean will be higher than the median as well. So if the mean was 8,000, it makes sense for the top 50% to be 7,500. That is, I think, pretty accurate. Okay, 20,000 for the top 25%. That is way off. I'm not sure how. Sometimes I don't get what his prediction. It has no logic. He suffers from basic logic. I mean, basic math concepts. I don't know, but yeah. So 20,000, that's way off. 26,000, 30,000, 33,000, 35,000 for the top, all the way to the top 3%. I think the top 1%, 70,000. I think that is accurate. A little low, but I think it's accurate. The top 600, 160,000 points, no chance. Okay, if you're going, congratulations. I think if it was like 601 to, was it 2,600, 160,000 points is fine. That's definitely more accurate. But top 600 to get 160,000 points, yeah, no, no, not even close. Okay, so I think if you based it on, if this was his prediction in 2024, then this is good. This is very good. But 2025, let's take a look at it. So, it's just common sense that our projection is higher than last year, obviously because the rewards are better compared to last year. Um, I think we're very likely to hit the final milestone in the first week. I predicted that last year, uh, but because the crystals and the rewards sucked, we didn't. It didn't happen until like what, the 10th day or something, or the ninth day, something like that. We hit the final milestone. So obviously this year our points will be higher. Like last year, same thing as I said last year. We're guaranteed to hit the final milestone, which is going to play a big factor when it comes to the top 3% and the top 5%. So you can really just gauge. Uh, I'm a little surprised we haven't surpassed 4 million yet. But I do expect people, average wise, to be at least 20 to 30% higher when it comes to their contribution this year compared to last year. Okay, I think there's about maybe like 5% of people a little bit down when it comes to participation wide. Participation, it definitely feels lower this year compared to last year. It's at least, I would say, at least 5% lower compared to this year when it comes to participation in the banquet event. That's why I think that's one of the reasons why we still haven't surpassed 4 million, as well as what else, or 4 billion, I mean. And what else? And I'm surprised nobody has a 6-star rank 5 yet, or yeah, a 7-star rank 5, I mean. Let's take a look at it just to make sure. I don't think anybody has a 7-star rank 5 yet. Nope, nobody has a 7-star rank 5. So wow, but his hero rating went up by like a million, I think, and just the banquet alone. So I think they're maybe just playing the hiding game, just waiting until the very end to rank 5 champions, or they just don't really care to be the first person to be a 7-star rank, to have a 7-star rank 5, considering that there's gonna be a 7-star rank 6 Punisher in less than 2 weeks from now. I guess, I don't know. So going by the alliance prediction, so keep in mind these are what I think safe scores are, not accurate scores, because I think that's the best way to give you guys my prediction. Because if I give you guys accurate scores, you know the chance. If you had to guess, um, what's the chances of you getting that rank if I give you the most accurate score? Is it 50% chance? Is it 90% chance? Let me know. What do you think it is? Pause the video. So, what do you think? I really want to know if people know about any basic concept of math. If you answered 50%, you're correct. To give you guys the most accurate score, the chances of that happening over and over and over, for that score to happen, you have a 50% chance of getting it. Uh, I'm not gonna explain it. It's just common sense. Okay. I don't even know basic math concepts. So, like, let's say, let me give you an example. Let's say I think top 10% for the solo event is 26,000. Okay, maybe a little lower, but let's just say 26,000 for the top 10%. That is accurate, as accurate I can be, right? And then somebody will get mad if I say, if the score end up being 26,005 points, okay? And you said, "Oh, I went with your prediction. I didn't get the champion." Well, you were 5 points away, okay? My prediction was accurate because you're only 5 points away. And that's really what accurate prediction is. If you want to give you the most accurate prediction, the chances of you getting that champ uh every chances of you getting that rank is 50-50. So my goal to give you guys safe predictions, and so my basically 99% chance, I'm hoping that you'll get the champion, that you the rank that you want. That's why I give you guys safe predictions. So basically I'm pretty much kind of like treating it compared to last year like one rank higher, I would say, except for the top 600. If you're thinking about just putting the top whatever you got for the top 300 last year, unless you rank like 121, I would not that would not be a good idea. Same thing with top 3. If you're thinking about, okay, you got whatever you put for number 4 and you're thinking that you're going to get top 3, you know, don't do that. So which I'll talk about later. So the are my prediction: top 75%, 150,000; top 50%, 275,000. uh I don't think most people will hit the final milestone in the alliance event, but um I just want to give you guys a safe score, okay? So top 25%, 500,000; top 10%, 750,000; top 5%, 1 million points. I think these are what I call safe scores. So if I haven't said it already, nothing is guaranteed. Okay. Letting you know, you know, I can't. These are what I call safe scores, but not guaranteed scores. Like if you want to guarantee yourself the rank you want, like first place, spend $1 billion. Okay, that's with a B. If you want to be in the top 600, spend $1 million. Okay, that's guaranteed. You'll be in the top 600. So these are safe scores, but not guaranteed scores. Okay, so as you can see, here are the ranks. You don't have to worry about pausing the video because I'm just gonna be rambling away at least 1 minute for each clip. So there you go. I'm not gonna top 3% 1.5 million, top 1% 2 million, one rank top 200 3 million, top 100 5 million, and top 25 is 10 million points. So here you go. For these are the points. Again, these are not accurate prediction. This is what a safe score is. I'm even 50 million for first place. I cannot guarantee to be safe. You want to guarantee yourself to be safe for rank 1, score a billion points. That's with a B. Okay? But I think these are safe scores. Top 10, 15 million, top 20, top 6, 20 million, rank 3, 30 million, rank 2, 40 million, rank 1, 50 million. So this is for the alliance event. If you're wondering if you want to go get the score you want, these are safe scores, I would say. So before I give you guys the solo banquet prediction scores, this is my score from 2024 and my rank. I'll put a description below if you want to see the video and what rank I got. So I was very lucky when it comes to my score. I was able to get the rank I wanted. I wanted to be top 25% for Reno XP Fitness. And when it comes to all the other ones, I wanted to be in the top 10%. By the way, all these you see here, all of my MCOC accounts are YouTube channels. So if you guys want to see how I look like, you can go check out there. Perhaps a different video why I don't do a face reveal. Well, I actually have done a face reveal. If you follow my channel, it's one of my videos. Okay, but why I don't do a show my face, like I said, because I already have other channels for that. I don't really care too much about it. I already mentioned it in another video why I don't do the face thing. So yeah, that's that. But if you want to see who I am, I have all these other channels as well. All of my MCOC accounts, I have 5 of them. One of them is not here. They're all YouTube channels. So I've been pretty lucky when it comes to my predictions. I mean, not my predictions, but getting the champion or the rank that I want, especially even in the arena too. I don't think I've ever missed a champion in the arena. I've always been lucky. I don't know why. But when it comes to crystals, not so much. I think I've only I've been attempting to get 6-star Hercules, I think pretty much since it came out. Okay, and I've got him once in my pay to win account. I think I've only got him once in my pay to win account, maybe twice, but probably for sure no more than that. Okay, and all my free to play accounts, I have 4 of them, so I have 5 total accounts. 4 are free to play. I've not got him as a 6-star, and I think only one of the accounts I have him as a 5-star, and none of them I don't even have as a 5-star. That's how unlucky I am when it comes to crystals. But my arenas, every time I go for champions in the arena, or in this case for when it comes to the banquet, I was able to what do you call this, be able to get the rank reward that I want. So this is my prediction from last year. So instead of giving guys I think what's close to accurate, obviously these are not my prediction this year. Keep that in mind. This is last year. With more data, of course, it's going to be more accurate now when it comes to my prediction, or at least safer, I could say. What else? So instead of giving you guys accurate prediction, I'm just gonna give you guys safe predictions. So I'm gonna let you take a look at this. If you want to take a screenshot, let me know. Uh, Go ahead. So, like I mentioned earlier, I'm not going to give you guys accurate predictions. I know somebody's gonna comment, "Wait, that's way too high," blah blah blah. I'm just gonna say you didn't listen to the video, okay? So, I think this is what I call safe predictions. So, from now, I've decided to just go with these scores and really want to talk about the top 75% all the way to top 10%. So, here are my scores, my alliance scores. I'm not afraid to show it. One thing is, I'm personally, I'm just glad I'm in an alliance. I don't have to worry about showing my scores. Um, Also, I'm the leader in my alliance, so I guess that's why I can do it. But like I mentioned earlier, uh, I have 5 accounts. Obviously, as you can see, all the Reno XP, those are all my accounts in the Pawns Academy. So my goal is basically this year, instead of going higher than my prediction, I'm gonna go lower than my prediction. I'll be aiming for the top 75% all the way to the top 10%. So top 75%, top 50%, top 25%, and top uh, 10%. And I'm not planning to open any, I mean, I will be opening crystals still, but I'm not spending any more units. As you can see here, when we go to my crystals, I still have crystals to open. Assuming my math is correct, all the accolades, I believe I should have about 3,300 points if my math is correct. Added to my points when it comes to Reno XP gaming. So how many points I have? I have 6,000. So 3,300. That's 9,300, and my prediction for that, which is the top 50%, is 9305. So if I get the top 50%, that means you would get the top 50% as well with my prediction. If you're saying I'm just making it up so you don't have to score, so you can whatever blah blah blah, that I'm just making this up, you're lying. So we don't go higher score, and you will. I'm not gonna lie to you like some other YouTuber. Usapa. So when it comes to Safa, somebody asked him, "Are you going big when it comes to the banquet event?" No. What a liar, man. Uh, from last year, what did he place last year in the banquet event? Like top three, I think. He ranked number three, and he said this year as well. Like, somebody asked him, "Are you going to top three to top five?" I said no. I'm like, yeah, right. I'm betting that he's going to be in the top 10 at the very minimum when it comes to Osafa. Okay. Like I said, I'm not gonna lie to you like Osafa. I meant what I said. I'm not gonna go higher than my prediction. If my calculation is right, it will be like, if I underestimated my scores or my predictions, I will just not open a crystal until the event is over. Okay. And something else Safa said is that Kabam cares, that he talked to Kabam, they've been really listening, blah blah blah. They care about the player base. Like, yeah, right. Uh, 11 months in the entire year, nothing. They don't give a damn. All of a sudden, the banquet comes and like they care. Sure, man. I can't believe people actually believe that. Uh, I know one thing for sure when it comes to Kabam, they care about your money. That's for sure. I know they care about that. So let's move on. Not to sound like a broken record, but I'm gonna repeat it again. Okay. So my goal is to score 3680. I don't expect to score higher than that. And 9300, as well as 14,500 and 27,450 uh on all my 5 accounts. Okay. That's my goal. If I score lower, that means if you went with this prediction, if I get the rank, whatever rank it is, that I said, let's example like top 10%. I went to My score was 27,450. If I get it, that means if you went with my prediction, that means you got that rank. Okay. So if you went with my predictions, and like I said, I'm not gonna go higher than that. I think when it comes to top 25% last year, 9,300, I think around there was the cutoff. So top 50%, I feel very safe with that score. I think top 50% is probably the safest score I think I have in here on this tier. Okay, this top 50%, I think, and the top 3%, I think, is the two safest score I have when it comes to the event. I feel. The median, I haven't said it already. The mean last year was 8,000. So it's obvious that the median will be lower. It's just, I mean, common sense. If you buy houses, the median is, I mean, the mean is always higher than the median. Same thing when it comes to this game. So 9305, yeah, I can almost guarantee you'll get at least the top 50, but probably a small chance to hit the top 25%. So talking about Rich the Man's prediction earlier, uh, when it comes to the top 3%, top 5%, yeah, I don't think his prediction is very safe, considering that I expect people compared to last year is be 30% higher when it comes to this score. It's just because it's easier now to get points. You got the Radiant store, and what? It's easier to grind in the arenas now because more people have 7 stars compared to last year. So it's so much easier to grind in the arena and other things too. I think that I maybe have missed out. I think Kaban Crash pointed out it's just easier to grind or to have units now compared to last year. So I expect the scores to be 30% higher average points. I do think that the participation is lower this year though, so I don't know exactly how that's gonna play exact how much role, but I expect that when it comes to solo rank rewards, it's going to be I would say at least 20% higher, 20 to 30% higher. So let's say that the cutoff was, let's just get an easier example. Like the cutoff was 40,000 for the top 3%. I definitely expect it to be up to 30,000, 30% higher, so about 52,000 maybe. I'm just giving you guys a safe score of 60,000. And really, it's really important. Let's talk about the top 3 and 5%. uh, you really want to base your score based on the milestone. I think I don't expect the milestone, the minimum requirement you need, to be higher than 40,000 this year. I do expect to hit the final milestone, obviously. But the only question is, what is the last milestone, right? That's the question nobody knows. We don't know what the last milestone is, even because we can't see the last milestone, because they're gonna add milestone to it. So really, if you want to get the top 5% and top 3%, I don't really see a difference, really, when it comes to the gap wise. So I think for sure the top 3% will hit the last milestone for the banquet rank rewards for sure. The top 3%, top 5% maybe, but if you want to be safe, I would say, like, let's say, I don't expect it, but let's say 40,000 was the final milestone. Just add 10% to your score to get the top 5%. Maybe a small chance to hit 33,000 with 44,000, or in this case 45,000. So the top So like let me repeat again. So for top 5%, top 3%, really pay attention to the milestone. We don't know what the last milestone will be because, like I said it already, we're guaranteed to hit the final milestone. I said that last year as well. We'll probably hit the final milestone that you see now, the first week this year. So we don't know. So pay attention to that. Uh, Being in the top 3%, for sure. Top 5%, I pretty much same. Top 1%, 100,000. So rank 601 to 2600, but 200,000 points. I think that's a safe score. So I saw Rich the Man. If you saw it earlier, he said 160,000 points for top 600. That's just no chance. No chance. If you went with that score, congratulations. You probably have a chance of getting the top 2600 with the 160,000 points. Okay. So I expect the scores to be really high. So I think you're thinking about top 600. Just think about what you got 2 levels higher. If you scored, like, let's say, like whatever rank 121 is, I would say go with that score from last year if you want to be in the top 600. Why is that? Because top 600 gets our 7 star rank 5, and I'm sure people are gonna go pretty big, and you could see obviously from the scores already, we have we're on a faster pace compared to last year. So here you go. These are the scores. Hopefully you guys can read it. Let me just read it out loud for you guys. Top 600, 300,000. Top 300, 400,000. Top 120, 550,000. Top 90, 700,000. Top 60, 850,000. And top 30, 1 million points. Again, these are safe scores. I don't think these are accurate scores, but safe scores. They're pretty much at least one level higher, if not two levels higher than what I think the actual one rank higher or two rank higher what I think uh, accurate score would be. So here it is. We're at the last of the video. The big. So I decided just to give you guys after 1,000,000 points. I just said make it simple for myself and maybe for you. Just put a dollar sign. So top 20, $50,000. Top 10, spend $100,000. Top 3, $250,000. Rank 2, $500,000. Rank 1, $1,000,000. Okay. Again, these what I think are safe. They're not guaranteed, but I think these are safe scores. I think there's probably a chance that if you spend $50,000, you'll place in the top 10. Probably zero chance you'll place in the top 3, but if you spend $50,000, there's a good chance you'll be in the top 10. I just give you guys what I think are safe scores. So it's just kind of hard to imagine somebody will sell a house or equivalent to a house to get a 7-star rank 6 Punisher. Let's just give you guys my final thoughts. Just want to say that's it. If you don't want to listen to the rest of the things I have to say, you don't have to. Just if you want to hear me ramble, that's up to you. But it's hard to imagine somebody's willing to sell, spend on this game as much as a house worth. If you have that kind of money, you're probably not gonna spend a house that's $250,000. But it's hard to imagine somebody will spend like $250,000 for a 7-star rank 6 Punisher. Yeah, it's crazy to think how much somebody is going to spend to get this guy as a 7-star rank 6. Okay, so if somebody asks you, how much money did you spend to get a 7-star rank 6? Let's say 250,000. That doesn't play MCOC, and I'm just gonna tell you the quiet part out loud. Basically, maybe not my place to say it, but maybe perhaps I'm just saying the quiet part out loud. They're gonna think you're insane. Okay. Like, they're gonna think you're crazy. Okay, maybe not even a car. Let's just talk about a Lamborghini. Okay. So I always wanted to own a Lamborghini. This one retails, I think, around 250 to 270,000. It's a Lamborghini Spider, I believe it's called. Look how beautiful that is. Imagine somebody will buy, if you can afford a 7-star rank 6 Punisher, you're obviously not gonna spend a house that's $250,000. You probably could afford a Lamborghini. Okay, so instead of getting a Lamborghini, you decided to get this champion. You decide to spend it on this guy instead. Okay, and people are gonna ask you, so what's so special about this character? Nothing. He's mid. They're gonna laugh at. Oh my god, I don't want to. I guess don't want to say any more than that. It's crazy to me. I think even 99% of people that play MCOC, like, to spend that kind of money, it just seems so crazy to me on this mobile game. And the crazy part is these people that spend this kind of money. If I was able to spend that kind of money in this game, I would at least try to win Battlegrounds one time. Okay, if you spend $1,000,000 in this game, you will have a full of deck with a 7-star rank 5, SIG 200, and a 7-star rank 6. Okay, if you play a third of the time of Bureau Man, you have a very good chance of beating him. Okay, and possibly beat Liam as well. So I just don't see the point of spending that kind of money, and for what? I don't really get it. Again, it's maybe not my place to say this, not my to talk about this, to spend this kind of money. It's just a little insane. But Kabam is doing something for them. As you could see, they're giving them a chance to vote. I think this is the vote, right? And some people are not happy about this. You could say I kind of disagree. the fact that they're able to vote about who to buff. Not happy about it, but at the same time I could understand, you know, because they spent insane amount of money for this game. Like if you donate a lot of money to a school, they usually just name a school after you. So I think it's fine for them to be able to get the vote for a buff, considering how much money they spent in this game. I'm okay with it. So yeah, I think that's it. That's my final thoughts. Thank you.